Most men don't lose serious relationships because of cheating. They lose it because of the little mistakes they keep repeating without even knowing it. Today, I'm going to show you 5 things you must never do in a serious relationship if you want to keep your woman, build trust, and avoid heartbreak. And I use the word serious because you're not about to waste all of this effort on just any kind of woman. You know that woman you consider wife material that you want to introduce to your family and friends? Yes, that your serious babe and she had to talk about. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. My name is Wendy, and today's video is all about the things you need to avoid when you find a good woman, because these are silent killers of relationship, and oftentimes it is always too late before you even realize it. With that being said, let's just jump right into the things you need to avoid. Make no waste your time at all, right? Number one is don't stop communicating. This might sound like a no-brainer. Everybody talks about communication, and I know you'll be like, "Yeah, but I communicate with my woman now." But you see, one of the mistakes most men often make in relationship is assuming that silence equals strength. You might want to build intrigue by not being too chatty or doing cho. But you see, there's a fine line between building intrigue and being perceived as a bad communicator. Women in serious relationships want to hear you talk. How else is she going to understand who you are, what your life ambitions are, what your passions are if you don't get to talk to her? So communication is very, very important. Like some people will say it's the lifeblood of every meaningful relationship. So when you do things like ignoring calls, not sharing how your day went, she's like, "How was the day?" "Fine." "What did you do today?" Same old same." Now you think that you don't just want to be that guy who will just talk and talk. Nobody says you should be that kind of guy, but I'm telling you, you need to watch it. Like, we need to be careful, especially when you found that woman who is special, because we're very receptive by nature. We want to know you, we want to understand you, we want to hear you talk, we want to know your mind. All right, so you need to be able to communicate with that woman. Don't shut her out. And once she feels like she knows you less instead of more, over time she might gradually disconnect from you, and it will just happen all of a sudden to you. You think that this woman, what is it now? Why is she doing shakara? She's not like forthcoming as she used to. That's because over time she has just felt like you're not opening up to her. She doesn't even understand you. She don't know what you're all about, and maybe she would perceive it as you not taking her seriously, and that is going to damage your relationship. Remember, we're talking about serious girlfriend here, serious babe, better babe, you know. Let's go to the next point. Don't get too comfortable. Some men stop trying once they secure her. They're like, "I don't catch her now, waiting remain again. I don't buy her wholesale." For those of you who say things like, "I don't buy you wholesale, waiting remain," and you stop making efforts in how you appear, how you look, all of these things matter. In as much as we want to say that men are visual beings, they are probably more visual than women, but we also like to see good things. We want to see our men looking all handsome, like we need to see you looking good. Maybe you're the type who would always appear very neat, clean, well trimmed hair, trimmed nails, looking sharp all the time, looking fit. And now you're just letting yourself go, appearing shabby anyhow, just because you feel like, this one na my babe, she know they go anywhere. Now that's where you get it all wrong. This also applies to us, okay? We women also need to, package for you guys, but then don't think that it's just a woman thing. Don't think that it's only a woman who needs to package herself for a man. Men also need to look good for their women, because we serve the see things outside, get. Continue to do the things that you were doing before you catch her. If you stop pursuing, she will feel less desired. These are things that will make your relationship continue to blossom, even into your marriage. I'm telling you this based on experience. If you're enjoying the video so far, now is a good time to hit that like button and subscribe. You see that red button down there? Press now free. Thank you so much for doing that. It helps more people get to see this video, and also I'd like to have you in this space. So go ahead, subscribe, and let's get back to the video. Number three, don't compare her to other women. Now, this is a very dicey one, because oftentimes the thing with comparison is that you might not really say the words, but your attitude, your actions is going to say everything there is to be said. The way you look at her will let her know that you're comparing her to some other lady, or, don't compare her to your ex. Don't compare her to your mom. Don't compare her to your sisters. Especially those of you guys who have very, very beautiful sisters, and they have a certain complexion, certain height, certain they look a certain way, they are exceptionally beautiful. And you find a woman who is a good woman, she might not be as beautiful as your sisters. So don't subconsciously compare her. Remember, we're all unique in our own individual ways. I'm sure there are qualities she has that has made you stick to her. So comparison kills silently before you even realize what's happening. She's just going to break up with you. Let me give you a typical example. Maybe she comes to visit you and then she prepares something, brings it to you, and while you're eating it, you're like, this one, it tries much, but it's not as tasty as the ones that my sister make or the ones that my mom make. You see, that's comparison right there. And you know, the thing is that you might not even mean it like that. That's the problem with some of these things. Most times you don't even mean it like that. It's not like you're trying to diminish her or make her feel bad. You're just probably expressing yourself, but in doing that, it's going to come across as you comparing her to people that she can't be. And if she's a woman who still struggles a lot with her own insecurities, that is going to make her not trust you. And the moment she doesn't trust you, there's already a dent in the relationship. Moving on to number 4, don't ignore her emotional needs. Emotional connection is what really sustains serious relationship. And when I talk about emotional connection, I'm not talking about knacking activities. You know yourself now. I'm not talking about having sexual intercourse early on in the relationship or before you even get married. You don't necessarily need to have sex with someone before you can deeply connect with them emotionally. By chatting always, communicating always, sharing how your day went, the things that interest you, your aspirations and dreams in life, where you'd like to be in the next 5, 10 years, you're gradually connecting emotionally, especially when your interests are aligned. Effective communication is one of the easiest way to build emotional connection with the woman. Imagine you call her every evening and you're like, how was your day? What did you do? And she's explaining these things to you and you're not even in a hurry to snap out of it and like, I'm busy, I need to get back to the things I was doing. And you give her a listening ear. Women want to be listened to. That's how you go take catch her. That's how you make her connect with you emotionally. And you see, one thing with communication is that you don't even need to fix every problem. Sometimes by just listening to her, that's all she needs at that time. And that leads me to the final point, number 5. Don't take her for granted. Now, a lot of you who are listening to me might be thinking that, oh, this is a perfect recipe for simping. I get that comment a lot. Remember, I said serious relationship. I'm not talking about any random woman. If you're the type of guy who just believes that women are just there for the taking, booty call, and all of that, then this might not work for you. I'm sorry. I'm talking to those guys who really want to have a meaningful, sustainable, long-term relationship with a woman. Now, when I talk about not taking a woman for granted, I'm talking about little gestures, like when she does something nice to you, not saying thank you, not really appearing like you're seeing her efforts. When she makes effort to look good for you, imagine sitting for 6 hours just to get her hair braided, and then she comes back home and you're like, nothing changed. You don't even notice the fact that she braided her hair. No, you don't notice her, nothing. That is how she's going to feel that you're taking her for granted. So pay attention to the little things. Notice her hairdos. If it doesn't suit her so well, let her know. Tell her something like, I think I prefer the other hairdo. It kind of accentuates your face better. You know, by the time you tell a woman all of these things, she's going to feel like you actually see her, you notice her, and she would make more effort. Some of these things, most of these things we do it for even you guys, the men in our lives. I know that, yes, some of us just want to look good for ourselves, not necessarily because of men or anything, but 80% of the time, women want to look good for the men in their life. So make effort to let her feel appreciated. Don't take her for granted. One very bad effect of taking your woman for granted is that over time it's going to build resentment in her heart. And honestly, the opposite of love is not really hate, it's neglect. Don't make her feel invisible.